Does your OCD make you worry that you're going to turn into something else, or that the people around you are going to turn into something else? It's actually pretty common, and we're going to talk all about it. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, my name is Natasha Daniels. I'm a therapist and make videos for people with anxiety or OCD. And today I want to talk to you about a really common intrusive thought that people with OCD have, and actually probably don't realize that this is a super common theme. That's the intrusive thought that you're going to turn into something else, or that you have turned into something else, or you are not who you think you are. We'll talk more about that in a second. Or, but a lot of times it's more of an or you're afraid that the people around you are not who they are, and they have turned into somebody else. And it looks different for each person as far as how this shows up. For yourself, you might feel like maybe you are not really who you are, or what if you turn into, and it could be anything, an alien, a robot, a monster, a bad person, turning into something, a character that you've seen that you don't want to turn into. Sometimes it depends on how old you are as far as what that is that you're afraid of turning into, but that is a very common intrusive thought. The other one, which is kind of has a similar flavor, is that you're not sure that the people around you are who they are. And they can be anything too. They could be like a fake version of your mom, or an alien, or a robot, or somebody impersonating your person that you care about. It also can look very, very different depending on your age. And OCD has these general themes, but then it looks really different for each one of you. The important thing to know is that is a common intrusive thought. And the way that you handle that intrusive thought is the exact same way you would handle any other OCD theme. OCD will give you a lot of different types of intrusive thoughts and feelings. And you don't have to do things differently depending on what that theme is or what that intrusive thought is. I think it's important, though, for people to know that you're not alone, that this is common, and that this is part of OCD. And how you approach it will be the same regardless of what flavor of OCD is showing up. And so when OCD gives you an intrusive thought or a feeling, you want to ask yourself, what does OCD want me to do with this information? And that's the compulsion. That's the thing that's growing the OCD. And it could be mental or physical or involve somebody else. And so we had this theme at my house where my daughter wasn't sure if I was her mom or not, or if I was somebody else in disguise. And it took me a while to actually figure out this is what was going on. And in her mind, her compulsion was to check, to verify. So she would ask me questions that only her mom would know. It took me a while to figure out, why is she asking me what my favorite color is before she goes to bed? That was a compulsion. And eventually we realized that and worked on me not doing those compulsions with her, and her not doing the compulsions that she would do that were separate from me, that she could do independent of me. So ask yourself, what things do I do to handle that overwhelming feel or fear that I'm not, or I might turn into someone else? So do you avoid looking at things? Do you check on things? Do you, what actions do you do, or what actions do you avoid, or what questions do you ask people around that? Same thing goes for if you're afraid other people are going to turn into something, or they aren't who they should be. What behaviors do you do? Those are the compulsions that grow the OCD. What things do you do? What things do you avoid? What questions do you ask? What mental things do you do? Sometimes people have mental compulsions where they have to do certain things in their head to figure it out. Are you checking in your head or looking for proof in your head? That's a compulsion too. And OCD compulsions are like food to OCD. It grows OCD bigger. You get more intrusive thoughts about this theme, and it creates this vicious cycle of OCD getting fed. You do more compulsions. And avoidance is a compulsion too, and then it grows, and then you get more thoughts, which means you do more compulsions, and then it grows, and on it goes until OCD is like this big and it's hard to manage. So start off with asking yourself, what do I do about this? What does OCD want me to do or avoid? And then can I slowly start trying to push back on OCD and say, I'm going to delay doing that, or I'm going to not do that one thing, or I'm not going to ask this thing. Or if OCD is having you avoid, maybe you move towards not avoiding the thing that you're avoiding. So start with that. That's how we always start with OCD, no matter what theme or intrusive thought you're having, and see where you can go from there. And check out my new video, which will come out next Thursday. Don't forget to find the sparkle in everything you do, and know that your OCD themes are common and that you're not alone. Take care.